PvP.
Indeed.
Bit of an oxymoron there, but it is what it is.
Definitely. So we're gonna play a game. We're gonna, since you guys can't see exactly who's in the round of 16, I'm gonna bring it up on stream and I'm gonna kind of narrate this to you guys. I'm gonna read this off, and then you're gonna comment on it as we go through each group.
I
do you
had
like that game?
I had the Liquipedia page up, and I seem to have closed it.
It shouldn't be in the Wikipedia page.
Oh, okay.
It probably should have been updated at that
Should I turn on?
but
Should I turn on the stream?
if you want. Otherwise, I'm just gonna read it to you, and then you guys will be like, "Oh yeah, that's gonna be an interesting matchup," or that's how I imagine seeing this. Since we don't have the fancy graphic, but we do have the different groups laid out. So, with that said, we're gonna present to you groups A through D for the round of 16 for the rival StarCraft 2 League. So in Group A, we're gonna have two Prodosses, a Zerg and a Terran, and that's gonna consist of Semper, I believe he's with Team Gravity, and then Cold, our own from Rival Gaming. They're gonna be match number 1. And then in match number 2, we're gonna have Dipwood, who just played tonight, and Husheng as well. So Group A.
It's a pretty good PvP series.
Yeah.
Definitely. So
Alright.
Group B, we're gonna have two Prodosses and two Zerg players. So the first matchup is gonna be Creature versus Believe.
So at least 3 GMs in that one, right?
Yes, actually they're all GMs if I recall correctly. So Creature and Believe, both Protoss players. One's from Team Extreme Supremacy, and the other one is shit. I knew. Oh, wasn't supposed to do it. I forgot what team Creature's from. I apologize, Creature, if you're listening.
I think it's
Don't.
Team Ascension.
It might be actually. So, shout out to Creature's team.
I think I casted his group.
Mm-hmm. And then match number 2 is going to be two Zerg players. We have Panda Bear Me, and then we have Celium. Or Celium. Celium? I'm
I
gonna go
don't
with
know.
Celium. I think that's what it was pronounced the other night. So definitely Group B looking to be like death. Group C, we have 3 Zerg players and 1 Terran player. We have Carnage and Foxer, our own Foxer from Rival Gaming in match number 1. And in match number 2, we have Sir Robin and Graphics. So it's gonna be a TVZ and a ZVZ to start that group off. And then
Alrighty.
finally, Group D, we have 3 Zerg players and a Protoss player. I'm guessing you can guess who that Protoss player is, considering I've named off everyone except for this player.
I'm watching the stream right now, so I know exactly all the matchups.
That's Siegfried. And he's going to be playing against Keto, excuse me. I'm going to say Keto, because, yeah. But he's a German Zerg player from Europe. And we also have Revolution and Game Time playing against each other in match number 1 of Group D.
Those Germans, are they historically from Europe?
I would presume so. So, excellent matchups coming up. Round of 16, definitely weeding out some of the, I want to say weaker players, but there's definitely kind of a skill disparity between some Masters and some GMs and Diamond players as well. So, we're going to see some awesome games coming through. And I would like to announce that this is going to be happening live. So, no more casting from replay. This is going to be real hype. No one knows what's going to go on. It's going to be amazing.
Yay.
Alrighty.
So,
Hype train.
So,
Hypoo!
now the next question is, when are these games playing? And the real answer to that question is actually that they're going to be played a little bit out of order, but all 4 groups are going to be played out next weekend. So that's going to be March 7th and March 8th. March 7th is going to contain Group D at 3 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And Group D, obviously, with Revolution, Game Time, Siegfried, and Kitu. We have our 2 European players that are left.
Very nice of you to put both European players in the same bracket.
I want to
and
say
then
I
give
put
them
them
an early
there,
time.
but we did move the group to accommodate for them, at least for this group. And then we're going to have Group A at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So later that night. So we're going to have a double header with just a little bit of a break in between. So we're going to see some exciting games from Group D, then Group A. And then on Sunday, the next day, another double header with Group B also at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and Group C being at 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So it's going to be lots and lots of round of 16 live games, live casted matchups, and we're going to expect some winner interviews. We might even have some fancy production ready for the round of 16 to unveil, and it's just going to be an all-around good time for this weekend that's coming up.
All right, get hyped.
Definitely. I'm excited. Hope I get to cast some of that.
Yep.
Definitely. So I want to thank you two for casting tonight. I know you guys got a little bit longer of a what's the word I'm looking for? Of a shift when it comes to casting. I know Tramp, we brought you in at last moment here, and MDK has been preparing himself all week for this cast. So thank you two for your.
I've been waiting. My body was ready.
Nice.
For all of this.
I noticed. I appreciate the readiness of your body.
Right now, I'm gonna go put 4 ice cubes in a glass and fill the rest of it with tequila. Enjoy the rest of your nights, gentlemen. I'm certainly going to do the same.
Right.
So before you guys leave, MDK, Tramp, we'll go with MDK first since he's eager to get go consume some beverages. Do you have any shout-outs that you would like to give before we close up this broadcast?
Shout out to my mom. You the real MVP.
I'd like to do a shout out. Okay, any more? MD? Any more?
Nope, that's it. Just you, Mom.
Alright. I'd like to do a shout out to shoutouts. I think they're very important to SC2, and we should keep going with them. That's it.
Alright. Well, thank you two for your time, for your efforts. We're finally through the round of 32, and before I end this broadcast, I'm going to give my own shout-out. So the first shout-out is to all of our casters that have casted so far.
That's me!
MDKnights and Tramp here tonight, but in the past we've had our own from Rival Gaming. A lot of players have stepped up to cast. We have Kaboosh, who's also been administering the tournament with me, as well as Rama or Sean. They've been a good tag team duo. We've also seen Pure and Yui from Rival Gaming, as well as Schmix too casting. So shoutouts to them for stepping up onto the plate. This isn't normally within their responsibilities of being a Rival Gaming member, but they stepping up to help the production value of the Rival StarCraft 2 League. I also want to give a shout out to Tuxerino. He's a guy that's doing all these amazing graphics. He brought the idea of the RSL and kind of this minimalistic sort of almost circuitry looking groups together, and they're really, really cool. And he's helped with creating the overlay that we're using, and he also made the Game Heart mod that we'll be using going forward with the live games. So some small little added values, and he's really stepped up to the plate to be able to bring this. And so check him out if you're interested in catching out his series and such. So with that, I'm going to wrap up the broadcast, and I hope you all have a very good night.
Night.
Drive home safely, everybody.